Hello, storytellers, Storytelling Ron. I'm going to try to do this like a podcast so you guys can listen and not have to watch everything. But I did a roll off of the my Apostles of the Apoc GM prep. Like they're starting in one hex, right? And what are the 6 hexes around them going to have? Okay. And so I've got to prep it now. I ran some other errands, and now I'm back, and I haven't even given it much thought since I rolled it all off. And you guys might have watched that video, previous one I just posted. I'm being kind of YouTubey right now for some reason. Anyway, so I printed out the hexes. These are about 5 inches in diameter. That's kind of cool. So it's going to be nice and big. I'll cut these out and tape them together. It's because I want it to be kind of cruddy and look, full. I'll probably wrinkle it up so they can. It's like this old cruddy map with taped together hexes of the different, the mountain one, the ruins. They got 2 ruin hexes next to them. Those are crazy. Those are like, do not go there until you're ready. They've got a mountain one. Let me see what else they have. They have a mountain one to their. Okay, so they have a mountain one to the bottom right. I'm gonna go ahead and show the image, and I'll do that one, but I'll try to explain it. They have, or audio describe it. They have a mountain one to their bottom. What's that? North, south, southwest. To the south, they have a bayou bog, and to the northeast. Oh yeah, I always get these wrong. So to the northeast, they have a bog, and to the south they have a bog, and to the southeast they have a mountain range. To the west, to the northwest and north southwest, they have 2 ruins, and those are pretty epic. And then to the straight north, they have a toxic wasteland. Okay. This is just a copy of that, by the way, if you're looking on screen here. Okay, so now what do I do as a GM? And I've got all these little list offs of each hex and what's in each one of them. And the one I had the hardest time trying to discern or decide what to do was the one with the mountains to the southeast of them. And that one has survivors, savable, potential new base, weak flees, so they were weak and they flee, families malnourished, bullying each other. I haven't figured out exactly what there is going to be there because they're so basic. Like, I don't have a scary thing there. I could have rolled extra stuff, but I felt like I need to challenge myself somehow, with this. And I still haven't figured it out. As far as like, should I do something scary, or should I make it literally just a G-rated, happy dappy encounter? I don't know. I kind of just don't know yet. And I've got a game here in a few hours. And I still got to go work out and wash my hair, this barbarian hair. Okay, I'm opening Foundry because I find Foundry to be a really handy tool just for my GM prep in this type of a game. If you, as you can see here on this map, and I'll audio describe it, one of the maps popped up, Friendly Fang Forest. And you can just see I just have a bunch of pieces of forest, pieces of the road, an underground mining or some sort of temple thing. And these are all just pieces of assets that I just puzzled together and made my own screen, my own counter map that they're going to go through. These are all original, and I'm actually creating completely original new stuff for the game that we're doing today, just for the fun of it. And I should use these, but I'm going to use these online for if I play with anyone online. But I'm going to go ahead and create a new scene. And on this scene, I'm actually going to do all 6 of the putting together my thought process for the different maps. So home prep 1. Yep. Chapter 1, because this is going to be. It's just, and I'm not going to use this in the game. I'm just using it as my. I'm going to do 8,000 by 8,000, 6,000. We'll try that. I'm just making a big screen so that I can. Do a literally a doodle. Here it is, home. A doodling. I'm like literally doodling out what I need to do for each section. And I'm going to bring in the hexes first. There's a total of 7 of them. I'm going to open up under the assets, tokens, hexes. All right. I've got the home base one, which is a mountain. Bring that in. I've got, where's it? Let's see. I just mentioned it all. All right. I've got a bog. Oh, this is a different, let me see. Oh, I changed the, this is one I had to come in and replace, and I don't know what the size is. I did a long time ago. So I'm just going to manually resize this one. I wasn't planning on using that one, actually. I was going to use this one. Okay. Anyway, I'll remember to do that. Bogland Web P size. I'm just making a note correctly. I could do it right now, but I'm in a rush. Okay. All right. That looks fine. What's next to, the two ruins are next on the northwest and southwest. And then on the very south is trying to just remember off the top of my head, is another bog. Oh, the very north is a wasteland, not a bog. Let me move that over here. And wasteland up top north. And then the mountains to the southeast. Okay. So that's the starting map of their adventure. Man, that's got enough room. Let me see if I can make this map bigger. Where is it on the screen here? I'm going to make this bigger. I don't know if I'm allowed to. Let me try 12,000 by 12,000 because that's how crazy I am. I got a pretty decent computer here. Should be able to handle it, I would think. All right, that gives me more room to do things, for each map. And again, I'm just using this as a table to work out what I want to do for each area. I'm not using it to actually play the game. But like, for instance, you as a GM prepping, say on a table, this literally is like your tabletop, and you could do it this way if you want. Cause I need to see my assets, like what it is that I need to do. So let's start with the north one, Talks the North, I called it. I titled these, and I'm going to have the group in the Christian bunker title it that way as well. Oh, you don't want to go to Talks the North. They're basically going to tell them they don't want to go anywhere. So it's a sunken, I gotta whisper. I don't know why I'm whispering. They're way over there doing some, my daughter right now and her suitor are cooking sort of a meal for another chef, cook, sous chef who's got some injuries or whatever, and he's at home. He's fine, but they're taking him a meal, and you're gonna go hang out with him for a bit. Anyway, sunken bunker or base with bog beasts, large tentacle ants. Is that the one the old military depot? Oh, and which is the one with the ants? Oh, I got that mixed up when I was prepping this on the first episode. I thought the ants were in the ruins. No, they're over here in the wastelands. Okay, well, whatever. I will figure this all out. Okay, so let me see if I can copy paste this into Foundry. I kind of want to take notes, and I actually created a token that's called Notes, and I think this is the GM Notes. Make sure that this is not linked. So if it's not linked, as you can see, link actor data in Foundry. If you had that on, then whatever you put into the scene will go back into the main list. And I don't want that. I just want it to be copied in here, and then I use this only in this scene. And so this one, I'm going to change, copy paste to that, Talks the North. I'm going to give it that name. This is the annoying thing about this. So I changed it to that. Now it doesn't change this, right? Make sure. Right, good. So this one is just in here, but it won't show it on the screen. Oh, I want to do that for the regular one. Every time it goes in there, I want it to always show its title on the screen. But I'll fix this one individually. Identity, always for owner, Talks the North. That's what they call that area, Talks the North. That's really small. I can't see it. Okay. Because I made the map so big. All right, that's fine. So I got to put in here notes on like what it is that I want to do there. Now I'm going to copy paste this one, and I think, let me make sure, if I change the name of this one, the second one to Bogs Beyond Land. Boglands Beyond. Okay, Boglands Beyond. Boglands Beyond is another note I'm using. Okay, didn't change it. Good. Didn't change the other one. And I'm going to put my notes in there. And again, this is what I'm doing right now is really just a is GM prep, which you can do it differently than this, but I'm just kind of finding this helpful. I will eventually make all of this final in my PDF so that it's now a campaign booklet. But here I like to put it in the Foundry just because I can move things around and and literally put them on a table and shift things around and just see what I want to do. Okay, so I'm going to boringly do every one of these. All right, let me do the ruins to the left, which would be called Scary Skyline, Avoid. Scary, this is what they call it, Scary Skyline, Avoid. Okay, and then the next one over, well, let me copy paste what info I do have of that one. Oops, I don't need that open. That one has some stuff happening in there. That's the cool, man, they are not able to handle these encounters. And that's a thing too. In this game, they might die. I'm gonna, because these are some intense things. And man, why not? Why not? Gonzo. The Apostles of the Apoc game is supposed to be pretty gonzo. Pretty. This is in Foundry. You got two places where you freaking got the name, and it doesn't. The here and here, and they don't. When you create it, it's the same name, but then after that, you got to do different ones for each one. I don't know, so that's kind of annoying. Scary Skyline more, Avoid 2, Avoid also. Let me put that in there. Scary Skyline more, Avoid that too. Oh, that has a different info. I think I already copied that in there. Yeah, okay. And then this one. Yep. Okay, and then let me move, copy paste this over here to the Boglands to the south. What was that one called? Bayou Bogs. There we go. Bayou Bogs. Let me copy the info on it. I like to give them funny, cool names. Bayou. Oop. What? No. Okay, that goes here. Copy paste that info in there. And this one. Oh boy, I gotta delete this whole thing. Bayou Boglands. So this is like, I'm naming this sort of somewhere in the south. Sort of feels like to me. And if they ever come across ruins, I would probably pick the something in the south, like in Louisiana. I have a Louisiana one and a Florida one, I think, as far as those options and as far as picking an empire that you come across. Okay, what's the final one here? Mountains Galore. That's the one I still can't really figure out what I want to do. Let me put another one here like this. Oops, that's not going to be mountains. And they say mountains galore because from their base, they keep going that way. They're just more mountains. And so they don't like going there. So they're not, no one goes. All right, now that I have all that info, I got to start creating a battle map or an encounter thing that I would want for each area. So it's funny. I know they're going to go to the mountains because, it seems like the safest of all of these because the bogs are not safe. The toxic wasteland is not safe. And the ruins are not safe. So I'm like, great. I mean, these are the same two ruins. Not that that matters here, but I have two for each version of the hexes. So there's a little bit of difference. Anyway, in the Mountains Galore one is definitely the one. Oh no, not hovered over, always for owner. Okay. Just wanted to fix that here. Always for owner. I'm sorry, I'm doing a Foundry fix thingy. All right. So what we have in front of us, 7 hexes, all these terrains. I need to now decide what is going to, or really break out the art, the assets of what kind of thing I want to make for that. And once I make a little doodle here, I'm going to print those out and have those in sort of a little pile of their own or a little folder of their own or whatever. So if they choose that direction, I'll have those ready. And I need to have also some characters or beasts or whatever ready as well. So this one has the Tucson North is, minus D6 to med lab supplies when they drive through. A sunken bunker base with bog beasts, high tech. Large tentacle ants, old military depot, plus D4 to armor, military salvage. That one's hardcore, man. Freaking me out. Okay. I'm very perturbed. Okay, let me go to the right, which is the boglands beyond. You get stuck in the mud. Pestering swarm of mutant giant flies. The Gonzo security bot with dangerous fungus guarding a facility. Has civil code programming to guard a hospital. A few dead beasts, carcasses, and vermin and giant mutant flies. So he basically kills a bunch of beasts that get near the hospital. If you have a medical emergency, it will let you in. So they got to find that trick. Plus D4 med lab gears. So if they can actually confiscate some med lab equipment and add it to their med lab. Supplies, high salvage rolls. Now, my family playing this today, my wife and my daughter and her suitor, the only one experienced in playing is my daughter. But she's not experienced in playing. She plays D&D 5e. She's not experienced in playing, building things, engineering, figuring things out. So I don't know. My wife, is a wife. She's just like any wife. She's good at playing, or, generally speaking, she's good at playing. She's a really good role player, but she could leave it or take it. She could take it or leave it, and go watch TV as well. So arachnoid, predator, web attack. We'll say we're going to have an arachnoid here. Let me see if I've got any kind of creature. Oops, that looks kind of like that. Okay, well, I have these arachnoids, these guys here. So I can definitely use these guys. Now, let me see here. Web attack. Okay, they have a grapple. Yeah, this is the perfect, exactly what I need. Okay. Swarm of baby arachnoids. Okay, I don't have a little swarm. I think I have artwork for it. So let me make one right now. Swarm of baby. No, I'm just thinking in the sense of printing out this giant crazy looking spider, and then would I print out and pretending that I have what you have as far as the printables and the tokens. So swarm of bugs is basically what I'm going to do. And let me find that artwork in here to make sure it's in here. Did I do swarm? Here we go. Swarms is in the assets. Okay, so here we got swarms. Okay, so we got bugs. Okay, so I'm going to do this little one here. That's scary enough. Swarm of bugs. And let me figure out some basic stats. And here's another cool thing. I don't have to look anything up. Like in D&D 5e, you'd always have to kind of look up things. Here, I don't have to look anything up. I can make it up on my own. And, based on a general idea of what I want. So let's do that right now. And I'm going to explain this little swarm of bugs that is in the bogland to the north. I didn't do the pestering swarm of giant mutant fly. Well, that's what this would be. So let me do that one. Actually, that one and that one are kind of the same. So I'm going to just go ahead and make this a swarm of pestering swarm of mutant giant flies. This is fine. These bugs right here. So pestering swarm of bog bugs. There we go. Bog bugs. Okay. These are going to annoy them. So what do they have? What's their scariness? So they're not. I'm going to say aggression 1, awareness 1. Because they're bugs, they're swarm bugs, not really that. That's it. I don't need technology. I don't need spirit, social. I don't need any of that. So that's all they have. All right. Their defense is a 13. They're a swarm. So do I increase that? Do I decrease it? I'm gonna leave it 13. I think that's fine. It's easy to hit them. So swarm is the sort of concept of as far as armor save or anything. So armor save. They have an armor save. Check this out. If it's based on the weapon, right? If a weapon is, if they're using like a hammer or something like that, then they do full damage or whatever. But if they're using a gun, right, you can only, area effect or squashing things are going to do full damage everything else is like half damage because so armor. So, and that's a unique, interesting thing about this, right? So there's no armor save, but they're going to have an ability. This is an ability, right? Full damage from flat objects. Is it minimal damage from minimal damage from blades or guns, right? And then double damage from area effect attacks like fire. So boom, that's cool. Then what else? I'm gonna put that right there. Oh, their vigor. Let me put that up here. So what kind of vigor would they have? I'm gonna say 12. Well, it could be. I'm gonna say 8. Yeah, they're not that tough. I mean, if you can finally get them. It could be 6, could be 8. Well, especially with them playing, it's new. I'm gonna go ahead and go with 6. I could increase it later if I wanted to. All right, now what is their attack? Right, it's a swarm bites. I'm just making it up right now. Swarm bites. That makes sense to me. +1 because that's their aggression. Because it's a swarm, I'm gonna give them plus 1 die rank or plus D4. All right, let me go with the new addition, which is a die rank, which means a D4. I mean, unless I add other die ranks to it. And the damage is going to be a D4. I could do disease and stuff, but disease. If they do 4 points of damage, if they do the full 4 points of damage, then they get a disease, and the disease will be a TR 12 diseased. Now, what does that mean? If you fail at a disease save, if you resist that disease save, you are at minus D4. Anytime that you fail it, it'll go to minus D6. If you fail it again, it'll go to minus D8 if you fail it again. And they're diseased until they can, rest up, they get another save. And if they fail, it'll go up to D6, D8. And past D12, you die. So, but if it goes down, if they save, then it'll go down those ranks and they'll recover. But they'll always be at minus D4 or whatever it is until they fully recover and then get some rest. So there's that. So these are disease ridden, and I think that's it. That's really all I need. I think that's enough scariness for the swarm of bog bugs. Okay, snake or lizard. All right, we got another creature here. So I just made this guy. Let me put it in there. Can I put it in there? Yes. Okay, swarm of bog bugs. And so I'm bringing these out here is reminding me to print those out. And I have them on these pages. I'll probably print out, the full page of whatever these are. But those are 2 creatures that they're going to encounter. And then one more is a snake or lizard. And by the way, I'm combining this one with this top one here. I think they're very similar. Snake or lizard fangs. Okay, snake or lizard. I know I got something like that in here. Fangs, venom. Oh, I got this. Ferocious feral fish swarm. They're in a bog. I think I'm going to have this one out there too. And I have a dino lizard here. Dinosaur, but it's supposed to be small. So let me make a small version of the dinosaur. I'm just going to, let me see if I have a printable. Where is it? Here it is. Do I have a small printable version of the dinosaur? Now, in these printables, as you can see here, you print them out, fold them, paper minis. I've combined the Apoc with the sci-fi because they're really the same. You can do the same stuff almost. In the Apoc one, you're not going to have spaceships necessarily, but everything else is quite doable. I'm just trying to look to see what kind of lizards I have in here. I know I've got some. I want to see if I can correlate. Where are they? Or maybe I'm thinking of the lizards in the fantasy version. I might be thinking of the one in the Dark Ages setting because I have a bunch of like Velociraptor lizard guys running around, which maybe I'll use that one. Yeah, okay. It's Let me just show you. I'll just make one real quick. Lizard runner in the swamp. I don't know. It doesn't completely appeal to me, but let me go to that. Okay, under the regular Dark Ages, my original, where is it? Beasts. See, I got a bunch of like little lizard velociraptors, and oh, I actually have snakes. I have this silly snake here. Ah, look at these snakes. Maybe I can just do snake, because I said I would do a snake. And they're singular critters too, not serpent. I'm just trying to see if I can. Oh, wrong one. Serpent. All right, fine. I'm gonna do a snake because it does. I did put snake here, so serpent, and it's gonna be like a regular serpent. I do have some stats in the Dark Ages about a serpent, but I'm just gonna do another one. I don't care. Let me grab this guy. Is a serpent a boring thing? But you know what? I'm going to have it just pop up every now and then and annoy them if they're lingering around, you know? And it'll literally be like by their feet, just in the dirt, in the mud, in the whatever. So I literally just have it pop up near them. All right, I got to make the token. I don't even know why well, I know I'm doing this, just to have something ready. Select file. That should work. Update token. But let me just see real quick. I'm making a serpent token for Foundry that can be random. Okay, and of course that's huge. Giant serpent. Let me. I'm gonna make this a smaller serpent. Okay. Just a 0.5. I'm still gonna consider this a large, bigger than a normal serpent, like a, is that too small? Yeah, let me put him at the regular size. 1 and 1. Okay, we're not trying to do a Foundry lesson here, buddy. Okay. What? I did that wrong. Ugh. Here I am trying to not do Foundry stuff, but got it now. That's not what I want. 0.5. Make that one that fits into the regular size. Okay. All right. Let me now make the stats on a serpent. Now this is whatever. It's a. I'm not trying to make it like a regular serpent, but whatever. All right. Agility 2, awareness 3. Because they got the smell, they're very sneaky. I'm going to give it a secrecy. I don't use secrecy trait anymore, but I'm just going to put it on here anyway for my own edification, my own usage. You can avoid that or ignore it. Just use awareness for stealth and secrecy. All right, let me just do that. Let me be consistent here. Doesn't need any of the other ones. Defense is a 14. I'm going to give it. It's low profile, so 16, and scales. No, so that goes to armor save. So scales is the armor save. So the armor save is going to be a D4. Kind of like a leathery, scaly thing. And his vigor is going to be a 4. What did I put here? Snake, a lizard, fang. Okay, fang. Fangs. That's its bite. Fang bite. +2. I'm just going to make it +2. It's going to be a D4. And venom on 2, TR, let's make it high, 16. So this is just like the disease, but it's per turn. So they got to put some anti-venom or otherwise it's going to go -D4, -D6, -D10, It's a 16 save. And the save is aggression or spirit. That's my general, you can use intellect. I don't know, whatever, but they got to explain. I use intellect. How would you use intellect to save versus venom? Because I'm trying really hard to think about the clearing it out and cleaning the wound. And I know that if I put a tourniquet here, I'm like, okay, That makes sense to me. Use your intellect and TR16, you got to save against this very dangerous venom. They can, if they they have medical supplies. If they add a medical supply to it, that'll give them 1D rank per medical supply they use to save versus this. Okay. And how much they save by the DRR, I don't know if you know about that, is how much they can reduce that venomous poison by. And if it goes beyond negative D4, if it goes past that, then you say, they've cleared it. All right, that's enough for me. That's scary because it's hard, let's do the hit. Let me do this though. They're stealthy, right? So that stealthy plus 1 DR. And if I'm gonna do TR, man. So plus 3 because of the awareness and plus 2 DR. If they succeed, they get that DRR to their. No, I don't know. I can get that. I would do that normally, but just for you and me, I'm gonna make it really simple. They get plus 2 DR to attack. Okay. Now they have to do 2 damage for the venom to get in there. So hopefully an armor save will save them because it's only D4. So literally, bare skin. They need to get your bare skin and not have you get an armor save in order to really get the venom in you. So that's what that means. But the one strength is they're very stealthy. They can be hiding under rocks right near you. You don't even know it. Your awareness has to beat this stealth roll, whatever this is. Okay. So that's the sneaky serpents. Sneaky serpents. Alrighty. That goes here, just to remind me of what I need. Okay, then I got to build out the Gonzo security bot. Oh, I don't really have one of those. I might have to draw that. Well, I do have one, but it's silly. It's a goofy looking one. Let me see if I got it on here. All right, let me do Gonzo bot thing. Let me show you, even if you can't see, because you're on. Okay, where is it? Gonzo. I did something under. Maybe it's under robots. There it is. This is one. That's kind of weird. I could do this one, but there's no fungus on it. Did this one. For now, let me use that one. I mean, I got it on there. It's a security bot. It's kind of weird looking, but there it is. It has crab medical security bot. It has crab things hanging off of it, or claws. You can see those claws. It's kind of silly. It has claws hanging off of it. It's kind of hard to see there. And these little spikes. So I'm going to say if anything gets too close to it, I want them to be able to get close to it so they don't, the thing doesn't attack. I would say that the plant doesn't attack unless the robot activates. Then they do attack. So, activates a certain thing. So I'm going to do that. Plant only attacks if bot activates alarm, gets distressed. So let me do the bot. The bot has an aggression of 1 because it uses aware. It has an aggression of 5. Aware, I mean. Does it fire anything out? No. Maybe it doesn't actually fire anything. The plant does. Only because the plant destroyed the bot's ability to actually do anything except do the alarm. It's weird. Okay. But neat, but interesting. All right. So, and if they burn off the plant from the bot, the robot's harmless. Okay. That's kind of cool. Right? All right. Okay. I'm excited. Okay. So that's that. It doesn't need anything else. Well, intellect. I'm going to give it intellect, for social. 2. Because it knows how to interact. It can actually talk. There's a speaker talks out of the eye. There's a little speaker there. Okay. What does it have? It has defense is 12. For bots, I don't have them use their awareness for defense, just so you know. I mean, you can always do it if you want, but I don't. The reason being, they don't avoid gunshots, right? They don't avoid trying to get cover. They're not afraid of pain, so they don't have that awareness factor to their defense. It's just I think I have it marked down in the rule there somewhere, but be aware of that. So yeah, robot armor. So armor save is a 12, D12. I'm gonna say D10 because it's armor save. It's not, it's a little delicate. You can see up there, D10. Okay, and its vigor is vigor is its structural hull. Let's say hull. Actually, that's more appropriate. Hull is let's say. Well, the thing is, it's got plant on it, so the plant matter is going to matter. So I'm going to say 14. Robot armor and plant matter. Okay. Still D10. I still going to keep it D10. I can make it D12. All right, D12 because of the plant matter. So hull 14. I make the whole. Yeah, I make it 14. If they hit the eye, if scope hit, it's disabled, right? Well, it turns on alarm, but randomly drives off to hit scope. So scope to hit scope is a defense of 20. Minus D4 to hit because of the rule if you try to hit something. So this is basically the rule, but I'm going to say it's a little harder. Plus 2 DR or minus 2 DR to hit, right? Minus 2 DR to hit. Or, okay, so what would I do? I would, if they're saying, oh, I want to hit the eye, right? So there's a rule there that if you try to hit the eye or try to hit a specific part, it's minus 1 die rank. And you have to get over 20 to successfully hit that part. You can still hit the whole thing with the regular roll and whatever the defense is. But if you get over a 20, you will actually hit that part. But you have a minus D1 rank because you're trying to really trying to aim for that part. So for this, I'm going to make it a minus 2 DR to hit specific location because of how much smaller it is. That little eye piece is a little smaller than a limb or head or whatever. Okay, so that's what I'm doing there. If bot activates alarm, plant attacks. Okay, so what's a plant attack? Aggression for and the plant is part of the robot. So the plant is susceptible to. Let me put that down here. Let's see. Plant susceptible to burning, double damage. So I'm going to give its own vigor of 8. Burning, double damage. It's half damage. Anything else? Because it doesn't plant. So trying to think, since I have it up here as well, I'm going to give it its own defense in case they're just armor save D4, vigor 8. If they're specifically just going for the plant, I'm going to go down to this one and do this. And if they want to go for the robot, I'm going to do this one. Yeah, now that was getting a little tricky because do I want them? How am I going to do it so they attack the robot? If they just attack, I'm just going to do the basic top guy. If they say they specifically go for the plant, crushing it, and if they attack the plant's going to attack back at that point, especially with the claws. All right, and it has a reactive attack. There we go. Reactive claws per attack. So it's +4. And this is a D10, amazing, just basic attack. That's simple enough. And spike, shoot. Motion detect. That's the spikes, and that'll be Motion detect once per turn. So it only do one per turn, along with the reactive claws. The reactive claw, basically, if you hit, a claw comes out and tries to attack you. Do D10 damage. Spike shoot, motion detect, one turn. Plus awareness. Oh, I can give it awareness. Awareness 4. We'll just say 4. Plus 4. And D8 damage. And that's it. Just nice and basic stuff there. And this stuff, how can this be scary and kill beasts? Because I'm going to say there's like a lot of beasts around there that are dead. Good point. Good question. I'm going to say the poison here paralyzes you. Paralysis. TR12. And it'll fade off after a while, but should it be full paralysis or minus D12? And this minus D12 does not go with minus 5 die ranks to your rolls. It doesn't go with your grievous wounds or afflictions. It's its own separate thing, and I would even roll it separately or whatever, or add it to theirs, But I wouldn't. If they got any grievous wounds, they're not going to die or anything. I'm going past 5 DR with these ones. So when it paralyzes beasts, they die from a heart attack or whatever. Whatever, just do that. That's fine. It's getting, that's a lot. And I got to make this thing very talkative, for sure. Okay. Medical security bot Gonzo. All righty. Where is it? I just want to pull it out. All right, so these are the potential things they're going to encounter in this map. We got the arachnoid giant spider beast. We got the swarm bugs. We got the serpents, and we got possibly some fish if they go into the water or near the water, even near the water, jumping out. These ones, what do these do? Ooh, Vigor 18. This is a big one. Okay, I feel like this is too big and scary. Let me see. Do I have a smaller one? Especially with the group that I'm doing. And I think I do have a smaller version of this. I'm going to get into the weeds here. I'm pretty sure I have a smaller image. Yep, right there. See that? One, and we'll make this a smaller token. This is ferocious feral fish. A school group. I'll make these just smaller. I'm going to make it smaller, less vigor. I'm going to give them 8. In water, so defenses accordingly. They're still hard to hit. No save. Bites 2, but no plus D6 because they're just. And this is just going to be a D4. Reduce armor save by 1 die rank, sure. Minus 1 DI rank. Organ damage, power, armor joints. Okay, that's not going to happen here for the smaller ones. It says it can damage the armor. Obviously, double damage for on each wound, reduces bite and hit damage die ranks. Yeah, that's fine. But this is already small, so I'm going to just say 6. Okay. Save, close, group. Okay, nice and small. Nice and low level-y here. This probably should be bigger, actually. Or is it bigger? Hull 14, maybe a little bigger. You know what? I'm not going to worry about that right now. All right. What else do we got here? The medical facility. Okay, so I'm going to make this a pretty simple map, where they go in, because it's really just about salvage at that point. I don't need to make this longer, this section. This encounter. Wait, let me see. What do I got here? Is it the spaceship interior I can use? The ship interior, I can use that. It does have a medical facility right here. Okay, there's the medical facility. And there's got to be an entrance. So let's do like an airlock entrance. Badoom. Let's do, this is like a waiting room area. Medical entrance. So it's like it was like a clinic that was being protected. It's going to be pretty basic. You know, I don't need to do much more than this. Just an airlock entrance, kind of a waiting area, and the lab. And everything else is in ruins and crashed or whatever. And that's what they find. I probably won't do more than that. I think that's enough. Okay. One is done. One and done. Let me move this out here. Move the encounter thing out there as well. The group 5 different things they can encounter. The notes go out here. All right, we are done with that one. Okay. I think I'm going to end the video. I'm going to work on the rest of these, but you can see how this works. And, so I guess the other thing, though, I'm going to make a bogland, right? I'm going to make a boggy area with bog stuff. So let me go ahead and pull out some of that. And I may, for this one, just use whatever's on the table, like as props, like a napkins and, and whatever else, and just see what they do. I don't really know. I do have some of this already pre-done. Oh, I have the bog in the Dark Ages tokens. I do have props, under props, Martian Swamp. So I do have this sort of a thing, where you can place these on your table if you wanted. And then this is, of course, water. You can obviously place other things, your own things, and create a, let me go back to the sci-fi settings, because you're going to want to create an entrance looking thing that they notice where the robot is. And plus dead beasts around, right? If they go searching around in that area. So I would make it pretty easy that they spot this, this thing off. They might even spot this, this piece right here. The rest of this would be hidden away. So they would spot the airlock, the doorway over there. And they're not going to see this yet, obviously, but I would have them see a lot of dead beasts around, and not big beasts, little ones, like a bunch of dead little vermin, weird, ugly looking creatures everywhere. They're all rotting though and gross, but not everywhere, but in a few spots. And that's where the swarm bugs will attack. The serpent's going to attack. This is going to attack. They're going to get stuck in the mud. Remember, in this setting, am I right? Yeah, stuck, sinking mutant mud, 1 in 6 beasts per hour. So I'm going to, have them deal with the mud and how to get out of it. I have no idea how they're going to get out of it. And every hour I'm going to count. I'm going to figure out how long something takes. Roll a d6 and see if they get an encounter, which will be one of these things. And at some point, I think I'm going to let them see a light, a red dot way out there in the distance, in the right, in the bogs. Maybe a blinking red light or something, and that's going to be this guy, or maybe a howl of a creature dying. Because he got shot by the security bot. So it's going to be like that. Pretty cool. All right. So I think that's enough of a video, and I'm going to quickly do the rest of them. I just wanted to show you again how I set up stuff and how I prep, and this is how I do it. And then the players come up with how they're going to go through this. And of course, this is going to be med lab, really cool med lab stuff they're going to find if they go into it. And again, if they don't go in this direction on the map, this is something I can say for the next, when they do finally go into a bogland. I'll pull this one up. All right. Thanks for watching, listening. This is Christians playing an awesome, cool role-playing game, and they can evangelize and convert that robot and those spiders into Christians. No, but you can have fun adventure. You don't have to evangelize in every game, yet the evangelizing part is very cool, very fun. Hanging out with a pastor, and I role play the pastor when they plant a church. The Christians from the bunker will come out and be the ministers at that church, while the adventurers go off to the next hex and the next hex. And so you have ministers then, working on that church and establishing it. And you guys, the players, will hopefully finance or send back resources to that church to make it stronger and help it grow. And as it grows and becomes successful, it can then offer them supplies and a respite and all that for their missionary adventure things. So that's how this hex map here builds out to become a fun, campaign for them. And again, the finale being finding an empire, in the ruins of the wastelands, and finally turning that into a church-led Christian nationalist, Christian theologist, not pagan or LGBT theologist, not Muslim theologist, not secular humanist theology or nationalism of a atheist, humanist, secular bent, but a Christian one, because it's the best one. In my humble, absolute humble opinion or whatever. Okay. But that's what this game is about. It's about you guys working on your Christian faith with your friends, with your kids, and having a fun game. And this game is going to be available soon. I think I'm going to do a Kickstarter with this one, or even a backer kit. Please go to my website just to see what I do. I generally stuff on there. On my Discord, I'm on there quite a bit every day, just kind of viewing whoever posts. You got to be a Christian. I am a Christian, creation science, conservative, Calviny, Grace Community Church under Pastor John MacArthur, curmudgeon. Okay, definitely don't forget the curmudgeon part. All right. I just hope this was helpful. And in the game of life, we got to be very Christian, outwardly, openly. Go to Not the Bee. You can see how much we're being attacked in every corner of the world now for our faith, when we used to be the leaders of this faith or this free world. And the free world has been taken over now by paganism and secularism and LGBTism, all the same paganism. And they're taking it over, and they're now shutting down Christians wherever we are. So we need to fight back now while we can, in a peaceful, legislative way, openly, in a free speechy, open way. And hopefully it will remain that way, that we can agree to disagree and fight it out in the legislative way. That's where we fight it out and make the hard decisions on who wins, pagans or Christians or whoever, and takes the legislative body and culture that way, and not through revolution, violence, mobs, or attacking each other on the streets or anything. We do it. We are going to have a force at the end, but it's through legislatively appealing to the people and winning it that way. Okay, in the game of life, let's get out there and roll holy dice.